I bring my knowledge of how I do my research in my office into the classroom, because many of the same techniques have to be used in the classroom as well to teach my students the best ways, the best in class way of investigating these things and documenting and running models. I studied chemical engineering, and I went to work for a major oil company for 8 years. And then I found out that finance is also very quantitative, and there was quite a pull for me to go to finance, because here is an area I think that there's a lot of room for innovation. I think I've always been interested in the stock market because of the nature of the randomness of the stock market and the puzzle of why stocks go up and down, or bonds or whatever. I've always wanted to figure out, is there a formula behind this? And in my studies I found out that the answer is sort of. There are some formulas that work, but there's still a lot of human emotion in the markets, and I found that that's incredibly interesting. Being able to innovate, being in a world where there's psychology and economics and statistics, and you blend them all together, and you kind of have to figure out in this black box that we call a market what is going on, I think is incredibly exciting for myself. And I think my students come into the classes too realizing how exciting, or discovering how exciting it is to blend all of these different seemingly unrelated fields together. I've been on the floor of stock exchange, New York Stock Exchange. I did consulting for Goldman Sachs Asset Management. I worked with their quantitative equities team. And that's exactly the type of experience I bring into the classroom, is how they operate in a hedge fund, a quantitative hedge fund in the industry. So when students come into my class, they find out in short order that it's so difficult, it's such hard work, it involves so many fields put together: psychology, statistics, economics, financial markets. So I think they feel a bit overwhelmed, but at the end they feel like they've really gone through something and really have picked up a lot of skills. So I've never heard any of them say anything, but yeah, this has been a really overwhelming class, but I've loved every minute of it and have learned so much from it. It's been, potentially a life-changing experience for me.